Welcome to this episode of CGTN live stream. I am CGTN's reporter Xinchen, and here I have
your colleague Danni.
Absolutely. So we are in Turpan finally, and it is day 26 of CGTN's special Western China road trip, the amazing Xinjiang. And we are preparing another special trip here within the city of Turpan. And look what we have right here. Ta-da!
Oh, be careful! Be careful! Seems he's not very happy.
Yeah, I mean, that thing slapped me with
the
its tail. Yeah. But anyway, so what's this?
So this is the donkey taxi, which is a very special
it's a
transportation.
Donkey taxi, because a lot of the cars, there are still these kind of cars running around in Turpan. They do have a operation hour limit. They can only drive on the road
after
in the evening, and it's usually pulled by donkeys, but sometimes it could also be pulled by mules or horses. But let's just get on the cart and have a little tour around,
the Turpan city.
Yes, and we need to introduce our friends, and she is helping us and guiding us through the city and to kind of have a look at the city.
Yeah. So this is our guest. Can you please introduce yourself a bit to our audience? 你可以跟我们的观众介绍一下你自己吗？
我是吐鲁番本地人，我叫加米尼古丽阿布德热赫曼，是个维吾尔族，很高兴认识你们，也欢迎你们来到吐鲁番。
So our special guest is a local Turpan resident. So he's been born and raised here in Turpan, and so she's going to tour us around the city tonight.
And what's her name again?
Her name is Jamilagu. I find it's really hard to always remember. To remember the Uygur names.
Come aboard, our viewers. Yeah, this special ride for us, and of course for you, our viewers around the world. Ooh.
So now we're on this special transportation.
Yes.
Very happy and excited. This is my first time ever. I actually, before I came, the first thing I know about Turpan City is the donkey taxi.
Oh, really? Let's show I'm speaking of the taxi and the donkey taxi, just talking about the decoration. We have some lights, some gourds over there. They have a lot of grapes and a pomegranate. They're not real. They are made from plastic, but it's all around the cart. It actually speaks out about the characteristics about Turpan. It's a great place for fruit. It's like the hometown for grapes. I think they have great raisins and great grapes.
So they're 1/5 of the grape in China was produced here in Xinjiang, and a lot of the grapes are produced here in Turpan City.
Wow. Yeah.
And because Turpan City is the hottest place here in China, so it's really good for grape to grow, and they can absorb the sunlight, make it really sweet. 所以，古丽，今天你会带我们在那个吐鲁番，去哪里逛一逛呀？
我们首先看一下咱们吐鲁番最热闹的、最老的一道路，就是劳城路咱们吐鲁番最热闹的一条街。咱们看完以后，我带你们去一个咱们吐鲁番的馕产业园。
And then we are going to a industry zone for Naan.
然后我们去馕产业园的时候，我们可以路过一个打馕一条街，然后过了这儿以后，我们能感觉到咱们维吾尔族的一个民族风格的一条街啊，然后还可以了解馕的新城啊，然后做馕的这个程度啊。
那您从小就是在吐鲁番长大，你觉得就小时候的吐鲁番跟现在的吐鲁番有什么变化吗
？So Danny just asked our guys the difference as our guys grew up, the difference that she saw here in the city.
咱们小时候的吐鲁番就是 怎么说呢？我是在农村长大的，然后我小时候的印象就是小时候坐这样的驴车我爸我妈他们带着我们出去看朋友家呀、亲戚呀，就是坐这样马车一起跟着他们一起去的。对对，然后我们小时候就是没有这么好的条件，自行车、汽车什么样的都是走路过去，有时候我妈我爸开着这个马车把我们送到学校，对，就是这样的。然后各种好玩的也挺多的，但好吃的还是很少。
And there are limited choices for food for dessert.
到了城市以后，就是感觉到这个。
And after she came into the city,
怎么说呢？就是各种各样的发展，让我们看明白了好多东西啊。对。
That brought some really good prosperity to people. Yeah.
那我们的那个吐鲁番就是还有些什么样子的，就是旅游特色，可以跟我们介绍一下吗？
So what are some of the
其实我可以给你们推荐咱们吐鲁番，有这个有名的景点儿，就是火焰山呀、葡萄沟啊，对，还有卡尔金啊。然后咱们对中国来说，这个是世界内陆最低的一个爱丁堡景区，海拔负的150次的唯一一个爱丁堡景区其实那些地方挺好玩的还有咱们陕山里面一个沙漠。
And near the Xinchen County, and it has like the Comtao Desert Park, and the Java Ruins, which is the world's largest and best preserved ruins in the world. There are quite a few attractions in the city, and she hopes that people can take a few days and just have a good look at the city, and she can help us to find these attractions. So I want to ask about food, because you said like when you were little, you had limited choices about like dessert or good delicious food. But what about now? 就因为你刚才讲到了，其实小时候可能美食也没那么多选择嘛。
对对。
那现在就是和小时候比，哪些是就最抓住你的这种？我觉得哇，现在能吃到这些东西真棒。
我个人感觉咱们农村娃娃生活条件也没那么好，然后没有办法每天能吃肉，知道吧？就是除非过节的时候，我们就是宰个羊，然后吃个手抓肉啊、加嘴儿啊、烤肉这样。小时候吃到每次到过年的时候，我们吃上肉特别开心。但现在就是我们可以随便去哪个美食节都能吃上这么好吃的东西对。然后现在也可以尝试到咱们同胞们的饭菜，就是小时候没办法吃咱们的川菜呀、红暖菜呀这样的特色菜，但是我们新疆吐鲁番有好多川菜，我们可以吃素菜，对，各种口味的素菜、绿菜。就是没有肉的菜素菜，对。
So I just asked our guest earlier, like, because she told us when she was little and she lived in the suburban area of Turpan, and she had limited choices for food or for other delicious snacks. And I asked her, she grew up, like, what changed in terms of local delicacies. And she told me, like, when she was younger and living in the suburban area, they don't eat like meat like often, and only during festive occasions they're going to get like slaughter a sheep and eat some lamb and mutton. But nowadays things have changed. They can eat meat whenever they prefer, and of course because the region is become more open up, they can have choices like Sichuan cuisine or other cuisine from other parts of China. And I need to mention this about this. Even if taxi is pulled by an animal, by a mule or a donkey or a horse, it still needs to follow the traffic rules. I just love it, because the court, it will be really hard for the mule to just pull people around like all day long. But so this cart actually it has like an electric motor, so it actually helps the horse, the donkey to
relieve their tight
stress and to pull people around. So actually, it is qualified as an electric scooter. So you need to drive on the car lanes instead of like the bicycle lane or the pedestrians. Yeah.
So like this part is electrical and
I think we can show our viewers after that we got off the car that we can have more better reviews of it. And just look around the streets. It's quite busy. It's 7 o'clock. It's 7 Beijing time here in Turpan. I think it's the off hour. No, today is actually holiday.
Yeah,
it's still
the gold.
It's still the Golden Week holiday. It's the 5th day. But still, look at the street. It's quite busy. I would consider, because Turpan only has just a bit over 500,000 people, right?
Like 600, around 6.
Almost 700.
Yeah.
700,000 people. So it's not a large city, I would consider, in terms of its population. But look at how many cars are on the street, and look around.
And imagine, like, before there was no transportation, but only with horses and mules.
Yeah, absolutely.
And donkey.
And also I need to point this out about the buildings on the side road, because this is the Asian town street, 老城路.
对
the Asian town
我
road.
们现在带的这个地方老城西路刚才我们带的过来的那地方叫老城中路对。
But just look around the buildings. 我们可以看见建筑物. It looks quite like local. It's quite different. 就是其实这边我们的两边的路、两边的房子是特意建成这样子呢，还是就以前就是这样？
以前就是这样子的，以前就是这样子。然后我们统一给他们加固了一下，然后改造完以后就是这样子。
So basically, all the buildings on the sidewalk, on the two sides of the road, look like these.
Like
in the
1,000 years ago.
I'm not sure about 1,000 years ago, but it used to look like this. And but then they started to remodel it and reinforce the buildings and make it more like commercial streets. So they have a lot more storefronts opened up. And I need to point this out again. Our taxi has to follow the traffic rules, and we're going to take a right turn, right?
We're going to take a left turn.
Oh, left turn. I'm sorry, because I'm saying backward out. It's my right. It's my left. No,
it's your right.
Yeah, it's my right. And our viewer's left.
我们现在已经到咱们这个打南一条街了。
So we're now entering the street. It's called the Naan Street.
总共有600米，对，然后总共有76户家，76户家
，76 households，
对，集中在一起。然后门面呢，总共有40个馕坑，这是每一个馕坑都有自己的主人，他们就是农民嘛，他们自己有时候打馕自己吃，或者有些在往外销售是这样子的。然后这些馕坑除了打馕以外，还可以烤这个烤鸡呀。烤架子肉啊，烤包子呀，这样的。我们现在路过一个卡尔井，如果你们感兴趣的话，我们下去看一下。好，你们先到那边了，你先到那。
So she just said there are like 40 naan oven, like baking naan.
Traditional naan
oven here on the street.
Yes, on the street.
And now we reached
They're
one
all
of
owned by local people.
And now we reached a branch of the carrots.
这就是咱们最早的卡尔井的水，从咱们那个卡尔井景区那边流到我们这个南产业园。最早我听爷爷给我讲的，就是之前没有自来水嘛，他们打馕呀、做饭呀，他们都要用这个卡尔井的水。是的。
So because like before, like the Turpan city was short of water, so they built the irrigation system, which is called the carriage. Also the 坎儿井 so 坎儿 means 就是的坎儿的意思是维语的 carrots 就是井的意思，对吧？ So that 坎儿 means well in Uygur language, and this irrigation system just helped like her grandfather to make naans
because
and make the
they didn't have like running waters
in the city before. And it's quite amazing of the irrigation system that how, because Turpan city is like 400 meters. We're below the sea level, so which forms the basins. It's like lower. So the mountains, the water from the mountains, they collect the waters from the mountain and flow into this well, and then flows to the street, so people could get the water from that.
Right,
well.
and it's quite a useful water because Turpan is one of the hottest places here in
China.
And the water can help them to cool down a little bit in the summer, and they also like have like underground basement, and it has like the water flowing into this basement, so people can actually take a rest and just to cool down a little bit in this, where I can call it a cave, right?
Yeah.
And I want to show this. So this is the oven for making naan. 这其实是馕坑，对吧？
对对，这是馕坑。
And this is not operating, I would think, but we're going to have a closer look at the operating naan oven in just a little bit. And probably let's just hop back into our taxi, our ride. I really hope that I can have a carrot so that I can
Feed them.
So how far away from the Naan Industry Park? 我们现在还离那个囊园大概有多远？
没有多远，就是400到300米吧。
So we're just about half kilometer away from the Naan Industry Park.
那你们再看一下咱们这个路两边墙上画了好多馕的文化，对，咱们。这样，其实我们这个打馕一条街已经成为咱们吐鲁番的一个旅游景点好多游客到了以后呢，他们要走路挨家挨户的去跟农民就是沟通怎么打馕呀，什么样的打馕方式呀，这些跟他们沟通。对，
So look,
跟他们互动。
Yeah. So look at all those paintings on the wall. And as I think some viewers have picked it up, like they were like Naan's 3D Naan model put on the wall. They also have like paintings about Naan, about different things that people eat with Naan, like ice cream or matzo skewer.
Or popcorn.
Yes.
Popcorn. And passing by our local selling fruits, like the watermelons, naan. It's a quite busy street.
It is a very busy street, and
as our guest mentioned, this turned into a tourist spot as well.
Yes.
So naan with honey. 哎，你们就是吃馕的时候会配合一些什么？
咱们夏天的话，我个人最爱吃的就是西瓜加馕，特别好吃。
西瓜加馕，
对，西瓜，你一边吃西瓜一边吃馕，可香了。然后平时在家吃早饭的时候，就是吃一些，比如说什么玫瑰姜然后加核桃吃到一起，合并到一起吃的话更香了。然后奶茶泡个馕吃更有味儿了。
So she just told me that there are various ways to eat naan. Like for example, you can eat it with watermelon during the summertime, and also you can eat it with the milk tea and the honey.
我们马上就到咱们吐鲁番馕产业园喽，是不是很期待呀
？Yeah, so we're going to reach our next destination, which is the Naan Industrial Park.
I'm not quite sure about if you can hear this, but actually this card has a music to itself, right?
Yeah.
Do you know about this music? 就是我们其实能听到这个，它在放这音乐嘛？就是你聊这个歌叫什么名字啊
叫吐鲁番，吐鲁番。
So the name of the song is called Turpan.
对，其实这个歌词里头讲了咱们吐鲁番所有的故事，就是所有景点的故事。他就说出了咱们吐鲁番的景区以外，还有说出咱们这里生活在的维吾尔族同胞们、汉族同胞们各个民族的一个生活习惯啊，什么样的，都说出了这些。
So the song not only kind of included all the different attractions here in Turpan, famous ones, and also kind of incorporated like the lifestyles about the local Uygur people and the Han people were people from other minorities. Look at that! Look at that! I saw the gate!
Like a big non-gate.
So we have so this is our non-industry park, I would consider. And it has a sparkling gate. I love it. Love it. Ooh.
Be careful.
Ooh. So we're coming off. We're coming off. But as I have promised to our viewers, I want to explain about the construction of the taxi. So look right over here. This is the car that we're in. No, don't leave us. It's actually pulled by electricity, so that's why it has all the lines, blah blah blah. And this is the horse, and that's our taxi driver, if I can call him. Yeah. I need your a little bit. 哎，你这个拉这个车有多久了？
Oh, be careful.
It doesn't like me. 拉这，要不您上来，我来简单问你几个问题行吗？就是您那个，您那个开这个驴的有多久了？ So I just asked him how long he has been driving the donkey taxi, and he told us 15 years. 那我可以想，就是那我们这个还有15岁了吗？我在这边。Oh, actually, the donkey, or actually this is the mule that put us, is 80 years old. Oh my god! But how long can they live? 就是我们大概能活多久？Oh, actually, they can live up to like 14 years. So they are pretty young. They are actually strong at a very strong age. 好，谢谢你，非常感谢你，谢谢你辛苦了，谢谢你。So now it's our time for the non-industry part, right?
Yeah.
And we have another guest. Danni, do you want to introduce him to
Yeah,
us?
so this is Mr. Ye Xiaojun, and he's in charge of this non-industrial park. 所以，您可以简单的给我们介绍一下这个囊产业园的基本情况吗？
那我们边走边说可以吗？还是我们边走边说吧？
好，
这边请。来，这边请。
And I'm seeing some people are actually loading up some nuns, and I think they are for like mailing them out.
Yeah.
And we can find it out later.
我们这个现在叫吐鲁番馕产业园，我们先从这边请。
So it's called the Turpan Basin.
它的前身呢？它的前身是叫吐鲁番打馕一条街。
So it was
为什么我们吐鲁番市政府呢选择这个地方作为一个吐鲁番馕产业园呢？因为它有基础。
我们来翻译一下再讲啊。So Mr. Ye told us like the reason why they built this industrial park at this location, just because as we have mentioned, the street out there, it was like a 600 street just for making naans in the city, and that's the reason why the government tried to invest and to build this industrial park. Right here
in this place.
But now I think we are inside like a exhibition center, and I'm seeing so many different naans. Tell us a little bit of this. 我们现在是在一个展区，对吗？
对，
我们可以看到有特别多不同的这种馕啊。
对，我们
简单讲一下我们这里面馕的
这种不同馕的造型呢，是根据我们这个咱们普通的群众对一个是对馕的喜爱。第二个是对馕的这种附注一些感情在里面去。你比如说这颗馕，它本身呢是芝麻馕啊，我们叫芝麻馕，但是上面附有一个五角红心，就代表了对祖国的热爱。
So, like, there are so many different kinds of naans that you can see, so that could reflect with people's passion and interest put into designing this naan. For example, the one we saw there, with the sesame on the topping, but with a red star.
And then it like shows your patriotic feelings towards the nation. And I think this is very self-explanatory. It's a red heart. I think it's for love. It probably would be perfect for Valentine's Day.
For his lover.
Of course, of course. And I look at that. It's like a
葡萄造型。
Yeah, it's a grape. 这个是旁边这是什么 ？What's that？
这个啊，这个是用也是芝麻做造型的。这个我们请个翻译，那个贾米拉，你翻译一下这个上面维语是什么？
这个
就是他们把这种啊，
营养的意思。
营养，就是营养馕。营养馕就是吃上比较有营养，这个它里面配方比较有营养一点。
我是能摸这个馕，这个不
可以的，可以。
So it's just for display, so people won't eat this naan. So they have like sesame on top, and they paint a word in Uygur which means nutrition and nutritious. So it is a nutritious naan.
还有一些花的这样的造型。
And we also have designs like flowers. 这是什么花啊？是
这个呢是一种花的形状。为什么要说他们把馕要打成花的形状呢？你知道咱们新疆有很多谷粒嘛？谷粒就是花呀，什么阿依谷粒啊，就是月亮花啊，都是这个花那个花，所以他们把馕也做成花的形状啊。
So actually, Mr. Ye explained like some of the designs are like in the flower shape. And the reason is like in the Uyghur language there is a word like called guli, which means flower and beautiful and pretty.
Beautiful girl.
Beautiful girl, absolutely, yes.
像这个就是我们现在衍生出来的这种小馕核桃馕。
So it's like
疙瘩馕。
So this is the bite-sized naan.
口袋馕。
为什么叫口袋馕？是因为能放口袋里面吗？
对。
So it's called like a pocket naan, so that people can put in the pocket and just take it with you, and when you're hungry, you can eat naan. And I've heard actually naan can last like almost forever, right? So 其实我听说啊，馕其实它这个保质期非常长。
是的。
就最长能多久啊？
最长就看在什么环境下面了。在吐鲁番来说，应该能半个月是没有问题的。因为吐鲁番本身就非常干燥，
对，
它这个空气当中水分比较少。你如果在这个比较潮湿的地方它本身这个就保质期就稍微短一些。因为馕从馕坑里面烤制出来以后呢，它本身的这个水分就已经很少了。然后加上吐鲁番天气又干燥，它本身在一个干燥的环境当中。本身又没多少水分，吐鲁番出干尸也是这个情况呀。阿斯塔纳古墓出的干尸也是这个情况。
Okay, I'm going to translate for a little bit. Just ask Mr. Ye. I've heard that people are saying that naan can last almost forever, and I asked him like how long the naan will last, and he told me like for freshly baked naan. And it will last like about half a month here in Turpan because of the dry weather and because of its dryness. And he also made a joke about it. It's like that's why we have like so many mummies
here in Turpan because of the dry weather.
It's just a joke.
然后这些呢，你看从这几个造型，你看爱心的造型，这红颜色的，然后热爱祖国，这些还有五星红旗，这种造型呢，通常都反映出我们这个。咱们新疆的少数民族，一是对爱情的向往，二是对祖国的热爱。
这个涂的不是，这就是涂的颜料吗？还是食用的这个？
食用颜料，
不是辣椒的。
不是。
So Mr. Ye told us like for all the different shapes, like they are really showing their affections about the country, about their love for life,
about their love
and
for
I
love.
asked him like, what about the painting? Is color? This is coloring where it's edible, and he told me it's edible. And I asked him if it's actually coming from pepper, and it's not from the red chili. It's not from the chili pepper. 这是我们除了展示厅，其实有现场做馕，对吗？
有。
So in addition to the exhibition center, actually you are making naans right now, right? Let's have a look.
Wow.
就我们现在呢，就进到了一个 馕的一个现代化的一个制作车间里
We're
面
now。entering into the place where they are using more modern technology to make naan, and I do see smoke.
And I can smell the strong fragrance from
the charcoal or
yeah.
from the wood that they use to bake the naan. And look at like the different shapes they have right there. Even though they're all like a pancake, they're crispy pancake. It's like the dough
like
for
a
pizza.
flatbread.
Yeah, flatbread, but it has all the different shapes on top, different patterns. 但我们就是看起来有这么多不同的形状，它吃起来是一样的吗？
不一样。我们有很多馕的这种品种，有芝麻馕、皮亚子馕，有玫瑰花酱馕，有核桃馕。这是我们比较常见的，还有牛奶馕啊，比较常见的这些馕的品种。这个呢，就是刚出馕坑的这种芝麻馕，满满的都是芝麻。
And asked her, Mr. Ye, what are they all the same, like for different shapes of naans? And he told me that there are different naans actually with different tastes. For example, what we're seeing, like all the sesame put on the naan,
This
a
is
very
just
thick
freshly baked.
layer, a freshly baked sesame naan with a thick layer of sesame on top. It also they use like walnuts, raisins, and everything, right?
Yeah, and
我们
also
可以
the
近距离
rose jam.
近距离的去看看馕的制作。
我们来看一下馕坑吧。So I want to show our viewers about the oven. Because we didn't show it outside. So this is the modern oven that you're using, but even though it's like
a metal
aluminum
outside.
on the outside, but inside it's actually made
still
from
made of
clay
mud.
and the traditional, right? I think the
Traditional clay and mud and naan.
那你为什么是
圆的很小啊？
为什么那是圆的，不是扁的？
这就不同了，这馕的这个形状不同，它这个熟的时间也不一样。你看我们
您可以讲，我去讲很。It has like so many different shapes of naans, and right here it has like a bong instead of like a
Flat.
And it also needs different times to cook the naan. Yeah.
我们可以尝一尝。
Oh, okay, sure.
我们可以尝尝。
So we can take a bite of the naan. 这是刚出炉的吗？
刚出炉的，
这是刚出炉的吗？
This is
见到这。刚出炉。
It's warm. Oh my god. The sesame. Look at all the sesames.
咱们呢？可以尝一尝。
I'm a huge fan of sesames.
I'm a huge fan of Sesame Street.
是外焦里嫩，外焦里脆。还有
It's like very crispy on the outside.
浓浓的面香和这个芝麻的香味在一块儿。
Has this huge fragrance from the flour, the wheat, and of course the sesame. It's like a comfort food, I think.
Yeah.
It's really good. And it's salty, and that's the
It's salty, but with sesame and sweet, so it's like salt and sweet together, combined with the flour.
Actually, I cannot get enough naan here in Xinjiang. I've been here for like almost a month already. I'm eating naan every day. It can be for your breakfast or lunch or dinner. You can have like meat skewer and just make a little sandwich yourself, and of course eat it with honey or raisins and etc.
Welcome eating every day.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
但是我没有听到。
That's all the baking area for the naans. I want to talk about the establishment of this industry park. Why we're having this industry park? 就是我们为什么要建立这个馕产业园呢？我们边走边讲。
大家进来也看到了，这个馕的这个加工呢，它需要这个纯手工。纯手工呢，还需要一些技术。所以这需要大量的这个人力。我们现在要把这个馕城的馕产业园建造起来以后，把馕坑布进来以后，要大量的去培训咱们的这个群众，让他们学会打馕，让他们在馕产业园来就业。就业就是我们的民生之本了。他们有钱赚了，就富了，还掌握了一门技术。
Yeah, so basically he said this is they put the people together here and try to boost the to make more working places for local people, and it's like a great place.
Absolutely, and because we can see, I'm sorry that I'm streaming while talking. It's a really good naan, but I really want to say this. It's like when we're toying around in the oven area. It needs people, right? It needs labor, but also it needs like the modern oven that we're seeing. So it's not just new skills, but also investment into the technologies,
industry,
right?
yeah, technologies.
And all the others. And that's also Mr. Ye told us, like, they are helping, so they have this industrial park, so they can bring all the resources together, they can create not just more jobs, but also they can increase quality of the knowledge. 那我们现在就业情况是怎么样的？
目前一期呢，我们总共有48个囊坑，二期呢将近有100个囊坑，总共。
我们现在只有一期开了，对不对？
二期也即将开了。我们现在也在已经进行培训了。目前估计就业能够达到200多人。
So we're now at the phase 1, which is already open to the public. It has like almost 50 different ovens for making naans. And they have a second phase, which will actually boost the total number of ovens to like 200. That will create at least 200 or several hundred jobs, right?
Yeah.
And of course, this street, they are making it like into attraction. So that will also bring more resources to this region and boost people's incomes,
living,
right?
Yeah, income and living standard.
那我带大家在最后看一个，最后看一个。
And Mr. is eagerly to show us something more.
这个造型，这个造型非常的有趣。
So the design of this artifact is very interesting.
你们先猜一猜这是什么造型？
It looks like the Manning ancient corn.
Is it Naan first? Is it Naan? Because I can see all the patterns. Is all the circles is very iconic Naan shape. I think first is a Naan.
这个
And that's the watermelon.
Watermelon.
So it's a Naan on top of a watermelon.
这就是我们新疆各族人民非常喜欢的一种吃馕的一种方式，叫西瓜泡馕。
Oh.
西瓜泡馕，为什么这个上面用一个钱币把馕的一种装饰出来呢？因为这个钱币叫高昌吉利，是我们从这个吐鲁番出土的这个古钱币，代表了高昌区我们吐鲁番繁荣发展。然后呢，从这个前沿里面看出去，能看到大馕坑上的馕和火。
I see.
I love this. I love this so much. 我们要能推进去一些吗？ So right across the window on top of this artifact, we can see over there they have a huge oven there, and it's the fire. It's not a real, it's a painting. 那边也是个画上去的。It's a painting. And also, 我们回来。The shape of this naan is also made with this window at the center. It resembles the Asian coins, right?
Yeah.
The Asian coins. And they have 4 different Chinese characters like on the 4 corners of the artifact. Gaochang Jili. And Gaochang means the district that we're in. Is the city's the downtown area is the
downtown.
Yeah, the Gaochang district. It has like Jili means lucky, so it actually speaks out.
Prosperity and lucky.
Yeah.
而且那个墙上的火呢，是红色的火，在中国叫红红火火。
Because the fire right over there is red, and
so
it means like for prosperity and for good luck and for
flaming.
Yeah, flaming luck.
Yeah.
But I think we have one more stop prepared for us. And 谢谢你，李总，谢谢你。但我们其实还是在这产业里面，我去看旁边。So we have another guest for our viewers, and a very special one, and he has been waiting for us, I guess. So they are also shipping a lot of naans to across China. They are taking like e-commerce. They are selling naans online. And especially earlier, because of COVID-19, and they actually sell off a lot of things
Online, yeah.
What is he doing, Danny?
西周米哈密瓜，我们吐鲁番呢？
What are you doing? What are you?
你在做什么呢？
啊，我在做直播。
So he's selling these raisins and nuts online. 是在什么平台上啊？
在快手平台上面。
So this is like a Chinese platform, like online live stream to sell.
那你能 live stream 来拍着我吗？
可以。
So we are CGTN, and we're now live streaming this young gentleman live streaming selling goods to you or to all the viewers, right? But I guess a lot of people won't understand that. But anyways, anyone else left a comment? Just
刚刚那段有没有人留言呢？
没有。
oh my god, I'm not that
可
popular.
能很多朋友都听不懂。 对，刚才有很多朋友在学我们维吾尔语。你看屏幕上面说想学维吾尔语，我给他们教亚克西木，就是你好的意思，他们都在屏幕上面去打出来。
So this is our like special guest today, and he is a very successful businessman here in Turpan City, and he actually helped loads of like the local farmers to collect their goods and nuts and raisins and to help them to sell it online. And through live streaming, I think he made a lot of income from that. 你可以给我们介绍一下，就是您做这个直播带货电商大概多长时间了吗？
我从事这个直播电商有1年多了。然后我这目前的粉丝呢有70多万。
有70多万，
有70多万的粉丝，然后我给粉丝呢主要讲解我们新疆的民俗文化，然后给他们介绍我们家乡的特产，就好比就这些葡萄干红枣、核桃、无花果等这些产品。
So he's been doing the live streaming for like a year, and now he got 700,000 audiences and fans online. 那比如说像现在您正在做这场直播，有多少人在观看啊？
现在就是因为大家都在下班，回去的路上，现在目前有30多个人正在观看我们的直播。
So I was asking him like how many people are there at the same time in this live stream and watching his live stream, and he said there's like 30 audiences. 那比如说像
However, I want to point out another thing because he also told us because right now is like the time for them to go to get off from work, and it's so interesting here in Xinjiang because it's almost 8 o'clock, and that's when they actually get off from the work and go back to home. It's like there is like a 2-hour time difference, but they are also using the Beijing time. And he is live streaming me and live streaming him. Oh my god, that's the mouthful, right? 就是我们讲到您其实在电视上卖的这些农产品卖的最好是什么呀 ？What is the best selling product that you ever put online？
卖的最好的一次，
这卖的最好的产品是什么？
最好的产品就是我们的葡萄干。
Raisins, of course. And look at here, we have so many different raisins. 这也是葡萄干对吧？
对，这是葡萄干，这也是葡萄干，这都是的。
那这个为什么颜色不一样？就是，
这种颜色的葡萄呢，这个叫马奶子，然后只有在我们吐鲁番有。这个葡萄呢有籽儿
啊。
看一下吧，你帮我拿一下。
好。
看，我给大家撇开了以后，这个葡萄干呢有籽儿
啊。So it's called a manaizi here in Xinjiang. Is a special kind of grape that only actually grow here in Xinjiang. It has seeds inside.
这个葡萄干呢往外面运输就很少，而且它的糖度非常的高。你看，
It's very sugary. It has a
看粘住了，糖度是非常高的。
Because it's so sugary.
So they can stick together.
而且这个葡萄酒的营养价值是非常高的，包括现在我们现在用的很多面膜都有葡萄籽的成分。
Grape seeds is a great product for like stay young, and it's a really good antioxidant right now. It's very popular. Put into the little supplements a lot of women and even men are taking right now, and of course and making other cosmetic products. 但这个为什么黑色的？这个我们棕色。This is brown, and then we have.
这是我们的黑加仑葡萄
啊。
这是我们的黑加仑葡萄，无籽的，而且特别长颗粒。对，它本身就是黑色的。这个葡萄呢，是我们晒黑的它是在我们的晾房。
这之前什么颜色的？
之前是绿色的。
So it's actually green grapes, and but then because when they are actually making the raisin and dry it, because of the sun's exposure, it turned brown. 是因为晒太阳，所以它才变。
对。吸收这个太阳的暴晒，因为我们吐鲁番的地表昼夜温差大，然后直射的时间长，而且我们这边的最高温度可以达到48度，然后地表温度都可以达到70多度。
So yeah, he told us because
there is
the prolonged sun exposure is great for raisins, and the temperature in summer sometimes it will reach like almost 50 degrees Celsius, and for the surface the temperature on the surface on the ground it will reach
70 Celsius
degrees Celsius. 那这为什么就是绿色的？
这个我就想告诉你，这个葡萄呢，全世界只有我们吐鲁番能酿成绿色的葡萄。
So and he told us. only raisins coming from
Turpan.
Turpan can be like this greenish.
这是我们吐鲁番祖先的一个智慧的结晶，就是晾房，有这个晾房，然后在这个晾房上面，阴干使葡萄保存了它的绿叶素，就产出了绿色的葡萄。
So that's also very special in Turpan City because they have this special room for these grapes without the direct sunlight. It's just like very airy, so like use
It's
the air dried. Yeah.
So it's like a little house, a little hut made from like bricks and has different holes inside.
Yeah. So the air could go through in.
So it's air dried grapes. So the air dried grapes will be turning to like
green,
like
keep the color.
Yeah, keep the color. Green raisins and for the darker ones, sometimes because of black, because of this black color, so it turns out so black. And for that one, the brownish color because it's sun dried, right?
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying this actually, but for the time's sake, I think we need to wrap up this live stream section, right, Danny?
Yeah. So today we're here in the Turpan City, and we visited the old town of Turpan. And on my bucket list, I was on the donkey taxi, so I was like really happy. And we also toured around the Naan industrial park.
Yeah.
We tried the crispy outside and tender inside with sesame on topping naan. And finally, we saw these many raisins and grape seeds and nuts and.
And also we learned like how local people can make money from all these grassroots products. It's not something that is so fancy, but it's very good tasting. It's just bread and grapes, right? And but they can make a good living off from this, and they also get help from like other bigger investors. So we're also learning something, right? Not just tasting good.
And it's nice, like to learn that how they use, like the live stream to selling those products, like outside Turpan City to help people. Yeah. So this is day 26 of our amazing Xinjiang special coverage, and we're going to Flaming Mountain and Jiaohe ruined city tomorrow.
Yes.
So we have live there, and it's worth mentioning that we just drive all the way from the north part of Xinjiang to like southern part of Xinjiang,
it's
and
like 6,000 kilometers already.
and another like 2,000 kilometers. We're
Waiting for us.
7,000 already.
together, and
another
we
1,000 kilometers.
It's
So
like 30 days.
it's really really hard time on the road, but thanks for the strong support from Giliotto, so can make the cable driving on the road to make the whole project and special coverage successful and not that tired.
Yeah, absolutely， 就是因为我们其实一路上都得在路上走嘛，走了30天了，也感谢吉利汽车能够提供我们这个很方便的出行。Yeah, and of course, Beidou satellites.
So thanks for your watching, and this is CGTN live from Turpan City. I will see you tomorrow.
Yes.